Hi friends, greetings from Dynamic Earth. In this video, let's learn about complete syllabus explanation on Geomatic Engineering and the gate code for Geomatic Engineering is GE and this syllabus is updated from 2023 onwards and this is a new subject that has been joined to gate exam from 2023 onwards. So the students doesn't have much clarification on the syllabus regarding Geomatic Engineering. The students who are studying geography, geoinformatics, and remote sensing can also apply for this exam. And also, BTech, MTech students are studying related to geoinformatics and GIS also can attend appear for this exam. So, in this exam, we have a total 100 marks, total of 100 marks, and out of which there are three parts. First part is general aptitude and the second part is part A and which is common, and third part is which has a third part which has two sections, section 1 and 2. So there are 55 questions will be asked in this exam for geometric engineering, and total marks will be 100, and the exam pattern question type will be MCQ, MSQ, and NAT. So in MCQ pattern, we have the questions that can be divided either by 1 marks and also for 2 marks. So there are 1 mark MCQ and also 2 mark MCQs will also be there. So let's dive into the syllabus. In the general aptitude, which is GA, so total of 10 questions will carries 15 marks. So in the 10 question MCQ questions, 5 question will carries 1 marks and 5 question will carries 2 marks. A total of 15 marks will be come from general aptitude. So the negative marks, if you see the negative marks for 1 mark MCQ, 1 by third of the marks will be gone for negative, and for 2 marks MCQ, 2 by third mark of 2 marks will be gone for 2 marks MCQs. So you have to be careful while attending 2 mark MCQ much carefully. So in general aptitude, we have verbal aptitude, quantitative aptitude, data interpretation, analytical aptitude, logic, and spatial aptitude, transformation of shapes. So we will see a detailed description on these subtopics in the upcoming. So and the second is our main section. So in our main core area, we have 85 marks, out of which 85 marks part A will carries 55 marks, and part A is common, and everyone who are attending geometric engineering should attend this part. So 55 mark is compulsion, and out of 55 marks, 36 questions will be come from this common paper. Out of this 36 questions, 17 questions will carry 1 marks and 19 question will carries 2 mark, and the negative marks is same as in the general aptitude. So total of 55 marks, and this is a larger part in our exam. So this part A common subject will covers engineering, mathematics, remote sensing, GNSS, and GIS. So part B, if you take part B, we have two sections in part B, and total of 16 questions will be asked. So you can answer either in part 1 or part 2. So in the 16 question, 8 question, sorry. So yeah, sorry. Totally, there are there will be 19 questions will be asked in part B, and out of this 19 question, 8 question will carries 1 mark, and 11 question will carries 22 marks. Totally, 30 marks will be asked, and total number of marks for geometric engineering is 100, and the questions was 65 questions. You need to answer 65 questions. So, part B, first part, survey and mapping, which covers topics like maps, land surveying, and aerial photogrammetry. And part B, section 2 of part B is an image processing and analysis topic. So, under this, there are six subheadings: data quantization and processing, data digital image processing, radiometric and geometric corrections, and image enhancement, image transformation, and image segmentation and classification. So these are the questions. These are the subtopics in section 2 of part B. So you can attempt either from questions 19 questions from part 1 or part 2. So but this section will carries 30 marks. So we can enter into general aptitude. Inside the general aptitude, we know there are 4 subtopics, and totally 10 questions will be there, and 15 marks will be awarded for this. And we know 1 by third mark will be reduced for 1 mark MCQ, wrong answer, and 2 by third mark will be reduced for negative mark will be reduced for 2 marks MCQ. So inside this verbal aptitude, we have basic English grammar, tenses, articles, adjectives, prepositions, conjunctions, verb noun agreements, basic vocabulary like words, idioms, and phrases in context. Then finally, reading and comprehension, narrative sequencing. So these will be asked in verbal aptitude sections. And in quantitative aptitude data interpretation, we have data graphs like bar graph, pie charts, and other graphs representing data will be asked, and also 2 and 3 dimensional plots like maps and tables. Numerical computation and estimations like ratios and proportions, percentages, powers, exponents, and logarithms. Permutations and combinations and series will also be asked in numerical computations. And mensuration and geometry will be asked at the grade of 12th grade. So you have to see this max in quantitative aptitude as well. So basic formulas will be asked from mensuration and geometry. And finally, elementary statistics and probability will also be there in quantitative aptitude data interpretation section. So, and analytical aptitude, that is logic section, will have a deduction and induction methods, analogy, numerical relations, and reasoning will be there in logic. And final subsection, spatial aptitude, transformation of shapes, which has translations, rotation, scaling, mirroring, assembling, and grouping. Then paper folding, cuttings, and patterns in 2 and 3 dimensional. These are all logical aptitude questions that you need to answer in common paper. So just remember, you need to answer all the 10 questions, but be careful about the negative markings. So in part B of part A of the common paper, which has engineering mathematics. So inside this engineering mathematics, we have surveying measurements like accuracy, precision, most probable values, errors, and their adjustments will be there. So then regression analysis, correlation coefficient, then least square adjustments, and statistical significant values, and also chi-square test will also be there in engineering mathematics. And in remote sensing topic, we have basic concepts of remote sensing like electromagnetic spectrum, spectral signature, then resolutions like spatial, spectral, temporal, and radiometric, then platform and sensors for remote sensing, then remote sensing data products like pan, that is panchromatic image, then multispectral images, then microwave images, thermal images, hyperspectral images, and sensors will also be there. And visual and digital interpretation methods will also be asked in remote sensing sections. And in GNSS and JSS final topic in part A. So in GNSS, we can have questions like principles used in GNSS, that is Global Navigation Satellite System, and components of GNSS, then data collection methods, DGPS. But now this DGPS is changed into Digital Global Navigation Satellite System, DGNSS. Then errors in observation and the corrections of those DGNSS instruments. Then in GIS topic, we have an introduction to GIS, then data sources in GIS, then data models and data structures, algorithms, DBMS, creation of databases like spatial and non-spatial databases. And we have spatial analysis like interpolation, buffer analysis, overlay analysis, terrain modeling, and network analysis will also be asked in GIS section. So this is part A will be the largest part, and which has 55 marks in this. So be careful while attending the questions in part A. And in part A, there are, as discussed, we have two sections, and you can answer the questions from either from section 1 or section 2. So while looking into section 1, the first subtopic is maps. So inside the maps, we have importance of maps to engineering projects, then types of maps, scales and uses of maps, then plotting accuracies, then map sheet numbering, that is topo sheet numbering, then coordinate systems, then Cartesian and geographical map projection systems, then map datums like MSL, geoid, spheroid, then WGS 1984 map datum sections also be there in section 1 maps. So in land surveying topic, we have various levels. So leveling methods, then compass, theodolite and total station and their uses, then tachometer, trigonometric leveling, then traversing, triangulation and trilaterations will also be there in land surveying topic. And finally, aerial photogrammetry will covers topics like types of photographs, then flying height and scales, then relief height, displacement, then stereoscopy, 3D modeling, and height determination using parallax bar, then digital elevation model, that is DEM, and also slope, how to determine slope aspect, and those things will also cover in aerial photogrammetry. And in section 2 of part B, we have data quantization and processing, and inside that we have a sampling and quantization theory, then principle of linear system, then convolution, continuous and discrete Fourier transform will also be there in data quantization and processing. So then in digital image processing, we have digital image characteristics, then image histogram and scattergram and their significance, then variance, covariance matrix will also be there, then correlation matrix and their significance are come under digital image processing. Then radiometric and geometric corrections will have registration and resampling techniques. And in image enhancement, we have contrast enhancement and linear and nonlinear methods. Then finally, spatial enhancement, noise and spatial filters will also be there in image enhancement topic. And finally, image transformation and image segmentation and classification section. We have principal component analysis, that is PCA, then discriminant analysis, color transformation, that is RGB, IHS, and CMYK, then indices like ratio, NDVI, NDWI, etc. And in image segmentation and classification, we have simple techniques in image classification like random forest, then K means, those things will be under image segmentation and classification techniques. And friends, that's all about GATE Geomatic Engineering syllabus. If you have any doubts, just contact us through this mail, and you can follow our channel, YouTube channel Dynamic Earth. And we have also have our Telegram group like Geography at Geolife, and we will post daily quizzes and questions regarding geography and UGC Net paper 1 as well, and also in GATE exam also. So you can follow our channel. Thank you. All the best.